TGIW, Samantha. How's it going?
TGIW. It's good. I need to get my mojo going. That was our word today, the mojo.
The mojo word. Mojo Wednesday. Thanks, Jill.
I think first step is I need to stand up. I'm sitting. That's a problem.
Oh, all right. I thought you seemed a little off. That's what it is.
I can't sit and work.
I told you the dog was yep.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Okay, I'll be right back.
That's fine. You go ahead. All right. Good morning. Good afternoon, actually. Good afternoon on our side of the country. Let's see here. I'm going to go over some sales I had. Oh, hi, Jimmy. Needy little guy. All right. Dawn, if you're watching, you were right. Again, I had a consignor bring me a stack of logic puzzles, like from the 90s and early 2000s, and a couple crosswords mixed in with that, but most of them were like word problems that a lot of us have avoided since elementary school, but some people buy them for fun. And there was like 30 of them, so I kind of grouped them together, like some were a certain brand, some were a certain style, some were worldwide or British, and I put them in groups of like 4 to 6 booklets and put them in there. So I sold some crossword books. I got like 30 different crossword puzzle, like logic problem books, put them in different lots, put them like $15 a piece for the different lots. And I had someone bundle and buy them on some of them on eBay today. So that was a nice little, spent 60 something dollars all in, like with shipping and everything, for, I don't know, maybe they got 10 of them, 10 vintage logic written in, like they weren't brand new, but they sold. I'll take it.
That's awesome. What a good sale. Yes. Love it.
What kind of stuff are you selling?
Oh, geez. I don't know. Oh, so last night we had an order for, gosh, I don't know how many things this person ordered. 10 on eBay?
Oh, and they bundled them all up too?
They did. They did. Yeah. So that was cool. And one of the, I had that large vintage lot of clothing. They bought all modern stuff except for the one 1970s like disco dress. So I was excited to see that go because I really want to do well for this consigner, and there are a lot of vintage items. So yeah, because we know they're a little long tail. So
right.
But I was excited about that one. But lots of little stuff over the past week.
That little stuff adds up though. So I mean, like my games that I do, it's little stuff, but it adds up. And it adds up to be more than if I sold the whole game for itself. I sold some dice for $9 and some Monopoly pieces for $9, and that stuff adds up. I had someone bring me a few weeks ago some airbrush makeup, and they
oh yeah,
they had bought some of it, tried a few. I sold all the opened ones. I maybe had like a dozen opened vials. I just lotted those together, took pictures of them, said they're partials. Those sold almost immediately for like $20.
Oh, so you can sell partials of the.
I did.
Oh, okay. Because I thought like cosmetics, you can't sell
and
anything
there's no
that's open.
expiration dates on these either. I don't know.
Oh, okay. All right.
They sold.
On eBay?
Now they don't go. You drop them into something else.
Right. So there's no like contact.
There's
right.
no touching. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah, maybe they're the exception. I don't know. That's a new one for me.
Maybe
I've never sold airbrush.
Maybe I didn't do it correctly, but they sold. And all the rest of them were new sealed. And I just sold another vial for $12. Like I've been selling them. And people were like comps, people were grouping them together and they'd sell for, $100 or maybe $200. I have over $600 worth of listings just selling them individually, and they were so easy to list because it was like one picture, but I have a quantity of 20 of those things, and so they've been selling. People are bundling. It's going well.
Ooh,
Mm-hmm.
yes.
It is hard though, looking at those sales, and you're like, oh, $12 item. Oh, another $9 item. Oh, but they add up. I promise you guys, they add up.
And they're easy to ship, easy to store. I mean, that's a dream right there.
My husband has been so happy. He's like, I love it when I can just put everything in bubble mailers. I was like, I know.
So I had something last week that was the first time this has ever happened. I had somebody return something because it was too wrinkled when they received it.
Oh my God. They better not look at my store.
Whew. I'm like, what?
Y'all, I don't even steam anything anymore. It's going to be wrinkled before they get it.
Yeah. So I
wow.
mean, and it wasn't, and I did get it back, and it wasn't like, it wasn't really like, it wasn't like super wrinkled. Like it wasn't stuffed in a bag or anything, just the normal.
Was it some sort of like specialty fabric? Would it have been hard to unwrinkle?
No, it was a modern, like
you could throw it in the dryer.
Was it? Like Croft and Barrow women's t-shirt, like ruffle front shirt.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So I don't know. I was like, that's a first. Never had that happen. Yeah.
I'd rather say it didn't fit them. Holy. Okay.
But whatever. All right. That's fine. It'll sell again.
You got it back. You can relist it.
That's
an easy listing. Just relist.
Yeah. And so let's see. We got another return. I have one of Molly's. So Molly's returns come to me because we can only have one return address.
Oh, yeah.
For the returns. So usually they come to me. And this person, she's like, it was in mint condition and it worked. And it's a little like mid-century alarm clock. It's really cool in the case. Huh. And it looks like they tried to take it apart. They pulled off the back things for the alarm.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. So I tried to put them back on, but I wasn't having much luck with it. But yeah, and they also messed up the case a little bit, but whatever. So I wasn't going to try to fight. It was like $30. I'm not going to fight it. Whatever. I'll just sell it for parts. I'll just resell it for parts. Whatever. Okay. But that was a little irritating. I've had a couple irritating little things lately but I guess as your sales pick up, right, you get more of this little, these little issues that happen. Hi, Shar. But we've had, I'm trying to look. I'm looking back through my sales here. Oh, I know what I had. So do you know what magnabilities are? That
sounds very familiar.
It's a jewelry. I think it might be like multi-level marketing jewelry where you pop out the inserts, like you have a pendant, you pop or a ring, and you pop out. There's little magnet inserts, all different ones. So I got, as a part of a consignment, I don't know, somebody had maybe like 50 pieces of these magnability things, and so I listed them. They weren't worth much. Some of them I lotted up, whatever. And somebody bought a couple of them right away. And the same person messaged me and they're like, those older ones you can't sell. They're not even worth like $1 a piece. I don't know why you're wasting your time. And
oh, geez.
Yeah. Like a really harassing kind of message on eBay. Like, why waste your time? This is ridiculous. And I can buy these old ones for less than $1 a piece and nobody wants them. And I was like, well, I'm a consignment store. They came in as part of a consignment. So they're, if somebody wants them, they're there. They can purchase them. And so some of them sold this week.
I was gonna say I've sold them. I've gotten that baggie full of them, and it just depends on what the artwork is on them. I mean, just like anything else,
right?
But why do people gotta be so hateful?
I don't know. And this was a customer. This is somebody that was shopping with me. She bought other things.
Oh
Okay.
my gosh.
Thanks for your assistance.
Like, I like the people, like, I will totally take that kind of feedback if it's put in a nice way. Like, hi, I see that you have X, Y, and Z. Just want you to be aware that I tried selling those for a really long time and none of them sold. Like, or like something like that. I'm totally open to conversations like that. But you don't got to be mean and hateful about it.
Right. Like, you can be constructive. You can say that, hey, and I'd be like, oh yeah, they have a low sell-through rate, I
Right,
get it.
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. Weird.
Thanks
All
for
right.
your feedback.
So what are some things that we
Wait. I have something else that
oh,
sold that I'm super
oh,
excited about.
yes.
I don't know if you remember. I said it might have been on a Wednesday or a Friday. I said I went to a yard sale and I finally ran into somebody that I grew up with. I said, since I moved back here, I've been waiting to like run into somebody I went to high school. Like, I hadn't run into anybody for like a year, and I kept looking, and I stopped at a yard sale, and this woman recognized me, and whatever, it was the whole thing. She doesn't like me very much. Let's just get that right out there.
Okay.
And so I ended up shopping at the yard sale, and it was maybe one of the rudest yard sales I've ever been to in my life. It was horrible.
Oh.
But I bought this blue, antique blue glass celery vase, and I think I bought it for $5. I paid up for this baby, but I sold it this week. Yes, for like 70.
What is a celery vase?
It's like
it looks like celery, or it's supposed to hold celery?
I guess it's supposed to hold celery. I don't know. It's the shape. Like, it's kind of like flat this way.
I went
And
to
then
Google it, but I really like your interpretive.
Yes. It's very shapely.
Celery.
If I was feeling fancy, maybe I will. You know what? Maybe I will see if I can pop up a picture here.
Huh. It's a whole
All right.
thing.
So what were you saying? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I don't remember. I had somebody that all right, I had a big bulky item. I listed, let me find it. I listed some 7 dwarfs in a box. They had Japanese writing all over them. The only thing you could make out was Disney.
Oh, I remember you showing us those. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I sold them, but it was a lot of customer service. Let's just say that. Let me show so you guys understand this weird box they were in. So
it's funny, when we were in the storefront, we actually had that exact set and we were super excited about it, but the resale on it wasn't great. I'm hoping it's better these days. Oh, okay. Because it looks so cool.
It does look cool.
Yeah.
Not great. And the tag she had on it. Oh, I have so many screens. So these guys. So the tag she had on it, because she clearly bought it at Goodwill, the person I got from.
It's not showing.
Oh, it's not showing?
No.
I don't know. Let me try again. Anyways,
Here, I'll show you my vase. Well, there's a celery vase.
Oh, it's pretty.
Yeah, isn't that pretty?
That's really pretty.
Yes.
All right, I'll try to download the picture of this as I talk about it. But so it was, if I can do 2 things at the same time. So it was really long, really big. This lady messaged me a couple days before Halloween and said, I need this item like by Halloween and I need it. Like, this is awesome. I want these. I really want to know what she was doing with these for Halloween. So I said, absolutely. There's options for express shipping in there. I'll ship it out today if you pay by whatever time. Like, I always try to give them a deadline. I don't just say like I do same day or I just try to have some sort of expectation in there. Otherwise, you get somebody paying for something at 9 p.m. and they're like, why didn't it ship out? So we're going back and forth about that. And then she went to place the order and she's like, oh my God, shipping is so expensive. And I'm like, yes, this is a huge item. Like, it's super long and all the measurements were in there. It was probably like a it was like a 3-foot box. It was huge. And she wanted it overnighted. She's like, why is shipping $150? That's ridiculous. So I told her I would take them out of the box. If she didn't care about the box, I would take them out of the box and shove them into a poly mailer and be cheaper for her. Went back and forth and back and forth. My husband was just about to put them back in their box because they had sat down on our shipping table in a poly mailer for like 24 hours. And he's like, the lady's not going to buy these. And I'm like, oh, all right. And he was just about to, like, guy in hand, about to put it back in the box. And the lady paid for him and got him. And did not even pay express when I said, you bought, the $15 priority mail. It's going to get there in a couple days, but like, there's no guarantee. And she's like, oh, that's fine. It's not a big deal. I don't need them soon. Okay, great. But whatever. They sold for like $50. They're done. They're gone. They're gone. But oh my gosh, it was so much customer service back and forth, but they're happy. And now that I'm thinking about it, I want to message her and ask her what she was going to use them for, because she was adamant at first that she needed them for Halloween. And I had so many images of dwarves, Snow White and her 7 dwarves running around in some sort of zombie scene or something. I don't know. I wanted to see it, but I don't know. That was a fun one.
Oh, hopefully we find out. That's kind of cool. It's exciting. Yeah.
We've done a few extra things in the C Chats world in the past couple weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, last week we talked about the coloring book, right? I can't keep track of when we
did. We had just launched the coloring book last week.
Morning.
Like, we weren't even prepared with links or anything last week.
Right. So the link is over in the chat, and it is over there. If you guys want to see it, I'll post it again for people that have just joined. That is where the coloring books are. That link goes to both of our coloring books. The newest one is the Fearless Living coloring book, and 50% of those profits do go to the Fearless Living Fund to support the Blind Center of Nevada. So go over, grab some of those. I know some people that are buying them up for some giveaways, so go tell all your people, watch all your people. You might see some for giveaway, but go and snipe those up.
Yes.
And then in our Patreon, we created a 24-hour co-working room. I don't think we really, when we put links out there, I don't think we really announced that live yet. So
yeah, I don't think it happens by the time we went live. I think it happens last Thursday.
Yeah, it was very spur of the moment. So yeah, we have a 24-hour co-working room. If you are on the new tier 2.5, so we had tier 2 and tier 3, we made 2.5 in the middle, and it has access to pretty much everything, including that 24-hour room.
Nice. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. It's been great to just pop in there throughout the day and see who's working, and if anybody has a question, or if I have a question, get it answered. It's pretty cool. I'm loving it.
I was so mad my internet went out yesterday, and I mean, I don't have the greatest internet in the world anyways, living in the middle of nowhere. But the internet went out, and then it came back on, and then it went out again. I was like, oh my gosh. So I shut everything down, and I went downstairs to reset it. And I looked out my front window, and there was a Charter Spectrum truck right out my front window, and he's messing with a pole. And I'm like, oh, it's not my equipment. Okay. That's like, it's an actual problem. So they worked on the internet all day. I gave up on reselling yesterday. I was just, we went off and ran errands and made the best of the day to do other things. But I was so bummed because everybody was hanging out in the co-working room.
I know. You missed out on a lot yesterday.
Hi, Carmen. Hi, Lee.
Hi, Lee. Oh, we have some international friends in the house today. We have Lee and Carmen. Woo!
Right? We are worldwide, guys.
Yes.
Lee, I saw you catching up on everything. Thank you.
Here is I'm going to show you guys another thing I sold this week, because it actually happened in our co-working room. Oh, wait. Let's see. Oh, never mind.
I've been loving watching the transformation of Pam's office. She was literally chalk painting furniture on the floor yesterday, and we got to watch it happen. It was great.
Was awesome.
Every day she tunes in with a a different look behind her. I can't. Oh, it's so exciting. So exciting.
We are so lucky. So lucky to see that. All right,
My husband, he goes, I can't tell when you're just watching YouTube or because half the time I'm muted, my music's still on, or I got a podcast going. Because he just doesn't understand. He's like, what is the point? If you're talking to people, why do you have stuff on? And I'm like, well, most of the time we don't talk. And he's like, then why are you on there? And I was like, well, because if I have a question about something, I can just, I can pause Alexa and then I can just hold it up and say, hey guys, what do you think about this? Or what keywords would you use for this or whatever? And he's like, well, couldn't you just take a picture and send it to him? And I'm like, it's not the same, Bill. It's not the same.
Not the same.
We all are like in the same room working. He's like, he just does not understand it at all. And I said, well, don't you miss like when you were in dialysis, you had all the nurses and the other techs around you and your patients. And I said, wouldn't it have been weird if you were like just in a room all by yourself? And he goes, no, that sounds great. And I'm like, oh, well.
It's great for a little while. It's great for a little while, but like 24/7 working by yourself, it can get a little, I love to be by myself, but sometimes it just gets to be a little too much.
I love that my husband just left and is gone for the day. So I'm going to get tons of stuff done this afternoon.
I got senior doggy problems. Give me 1 sec.
All right. You do your thing with Chummy. That's fine. So who else can relate to spouses leaving for the day? Like, I was trying to record a video this morning to send to a company that we work with and showing them an issue I was having. And I had to start it 4 different times because my husband's yelling up the stairs, hey, babe, are you recording? Yes. Yes, actually, I am. Oh, never mind. No, now you have to. Oh my gosh, the interruptions. I love working from home, but sometimes it's rough. So what are you guys working on today? What time is it? 12:22. Perfect. What are you guys working on today? I have some clothing behind me. Let's see here. My messy office. So I have, these are all games up here. That's kind of like my money mountain. These are listed, all these purses, and then I have a quilt up here. But all of these games, they're like my little money mountain. I just sprinkle those in when I am sick of clothes or other stuff and have like downtime. It's like my hobby. My hobby is like clothes. So I don't really consider it like a death pile or anything because I just grab a game once in a while and list them. And then I have all these clothes to list today. Clothes.
Nice. All right. I'm going to show you what happened in one of our co-working rooms. And
yes.
All right. This happened. This is
advent calendar thingy.
3.5, little over 3 feet high.
Oh yeah.
It's a giant Pottery Barn thing that was listed as local pickup.
Oh yes.
And were you there when this happened?
I caught part of this. Yes.
Yeah. So I had it listed on eBay and Facebook Marketplace. Anyway, it was a local pickup item because it was big, right? It was going to be too expensive to ship.
Right.
Just a pain to ship.
Yeah.
So there was some kind of glitch. So I accepted it. No, somebody sent me an offer and I offered them back. Like, I forget what it was, like $90 or something like that. I sent them an offer back that was like $1 more. And I said, this is a local pickup item in Pennsylvania. I couldn't see on that particular offer where they were from, just let me know. And I checked the listing before I sent it. And I was like, yep, local pickup. All right. Just double checked myself. They accepted it and it came through as free shipping.
Yeah. So weird.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, it cost $90 to ship it. It was going to Florida. I'm in Pennsylvania. It was going to Florida. It cost $90 to ship it. It cost exactly what. I was like, oh God, what am I going to do? So I got some good advice. I got talked off the ledge and I was like, all right, well, I'm just going to have to ship it. Like, it's an eBay glitch. I don't know if I'm going to, fight it or, so we decided I was messaging the person and just letting them know and saying, did you want to pick this up? If not, I can ship it, because that's what the listing said. And there was nothing I could do about it. So they never got back to me. But here's the beautiful thing. I shipped it FedEx. It came through as free ground advantage. I shipped it FedEx for $15 or $16.
Nice.
Yeah, right?
That's not bad. Okay.
I was like, all right, I can eat like $15. No biggie.
Right. That's
I don't have anything into this particular piece. So
right.
Yeah, so it all worked out. But
good.
Thank goodness the community was there to kind of talk me off the ledge, because that was upsetting. In the moment, it was very upsetting. I'm like, it's a glitch. Do I fight it? This isn't right. But it all worked out. Yay.
You were there to say, whoa up, calm down. And a few of us were also saying, that's ridiculous, right there with you. Yes.
But it was no big deal in the whole scheme of things. I mean, even if I had not made anything on it, I didn't have anything into it. All right,
Carmen is
stuff happens.
Yeah. Carmen's listing shoes.
Oh, nice.
She doesn't like shoes. She's like, I don't like pants, so I understand. Price them up. You got this. Vanessa's gonna work on some children's books and graphic novels. I love books.
Yes. They're fun to list.
Hello, The Bargain Effects.
Hi.
Good afternoon. Lee is checking on a load of crystals. What does that mean? You're checking on a load of them, like you have them polishing, or something you're going to go buy?
This is interesting.
I need details.
Yes. What kind of crystals? Are they going to bring us good juju? Like, we need to know all these things. Are they watch crystals? Like, what's happening?
Yeah. Crystal celery vases. What are we?
All right. So I'm finishing up this estate that I'm doing. I'm on the last couple boxes. I wanted to finish it yesterday. I hope to finish it today. There's a lot more little things, but check out this Majolica.
That is detailed.
It's like so beautiful. Yeah. And I have a couple more pieces like this from the same estate, but really, really pretty. TM Bendetti. It's Italian, signed. It's really, really pretty. So there's a lot of like little things. I spent a lot of time yesterday. There were like random pieces of flatware and silverware. Spent a lot of time like looking up, because they were all mismatched, looking up all those patterns. That's so time consuming. But I was like, all right, there can be like a really expensive one in the mix. You just don't know until you look it up. So I spent a long time yesterday. Spoiler alert, no good ones in the mix. Nothing like over $20. All right.
That's okay.
But all right.
Actually, that means they're all good ones, because the low dollar stuff is what's selling right now. So boom.
Oh,
you have a bunch of potential sales. Good job, Libby.
Talk about putting a bow on that package. Yeah, girl.
I listed a bunch of high dollar stuff the other day, and my husband said, well, what was the point of that? We're not selling any high dollar stuff. And I was like, dang it, you are right. All right, back to the low dollar stuff. Back to the volume over price. All right.
I know. Oh my gosh.
Carmen is out of room till next month. Winter boots. Yes. Winter boots take up a lot of space, and yeah, it's that time. You got snow up there. It's time. It just keeps getting warmer.
I lost all of my shoes, okay? Like, I lost my sneakers, I lost my Timberlands, and my Danskos. I can't find them anywhere.
I hate that. I do that at least once a year, and it's always like I tried to be organized and like put away a seasonal something rather, but they even get mixed up. Like maybe I put my camping shoes in with my winter boot. I don't know, but I always like misplace a tote of shoes, my own tote of shoes at some point. Then I get a new pair of boots, and my husband's like, I found your Camex. I'm like, oh, well, now I have two.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do. they're literally nowhere, and it's not like I have like one of everything. I don't have multiples. I don't have a lot of I don't personally don't have a lot of stuff. Like
Right.
I only have one pair of dance ghosts and one pair of like winter boots, you know?
Right.
And one pair of sneakers. So I had to wear something else. So I was doing that 5K for Fox's sake. Was it
Mhm.
last month? I had to go in like totally different shoes. It was so uncomfortable. I don't, do I just buy new ones? Well, not new, but used. I
Right.
don't know. I don't know. We'll see.
Different types of polish. Oh, I guess I should put it up
Oh,
here.
yeah.
Different types of polished stones, crystals received in the post today. More of learning curve. Resell. Yeah. Oh,
We'll have to check out your Instagram
we'll have to
story.
check out that
Yeah.
Insta. Yeah. I have never delved into stones and crystals. I mean, personally, I like to rock pick and pick those types of things. And I have like my own little garden collection, but I've never sold anything like that.
No, I've sold lots that people have given me like as craft supplies, like lots of I might even have a couple listed, but I never like looked into them individually. When I was a kid, we used to polish rocks. We had the rock tumbler and everything.
Mm-hmm.
That was really fun. I always loved that.
I love it too. I want to get a nice one now.
Yeah.
Oh, look it. I went to Lee's Instagram and our faces were on it.
Aw.
How sweet is that?
Thanks for sharing.
I'm trying to get a link to his, but it's not. Oh gosh, those are pretty. Oh my gosh, they're pretty. I got to get a link so y'all can see this. I love it. All right, go check out his stories. I mean, mostly because our faces are on it, but the one at the end with stones, awesome.
Fun stuff. Maybe that's a whole new. So you sent me those Uperlite earrings that I love. Yeah, they're really cool.
They're cool, but then like I like Uperlites. My dad has several, but like, when is anybody ever going to see the glowing part? Like, my mom got me one on a necklace years ago. I still have it. Love it. One of my favorite. It's wire wrapped. One of my favorite necklaces. But like, am I wearing it to the club? So
Yeah, you're gonna have to go out clubbing. Like you got to go places where there's lots of black lights. I mean, yeah.
My dad has his Uperlites on a shelf with some of his morel mushrooms that he carves out of wood and stuff, and we have a nice little shelf set up. And I need to get him like a black light strip or something that can go on the shelf above it so that it can actually like glow and display.
Yes.
But yeah, I also thought about getting like a aquarium, but no fish. I don't want any more fish. We've had pet frogs, we've had turtles. I don't want any of that. I just want rocks. But then I know that'll turn into like, well, then we'll get a Plecostomus, or what about a snail? It'll turn into something and we'll end up having fish again. So I haven't done it yet.
So you're on my train. There's what I told my friends and family for many, many years when they would give me a plant, an animal, anything. I do not need one more thing to keep alive. Like that is my motto. Like, no, nothing else I need to keep alive. Like I'm barely functioning keeping myself alive at this point. Like
amen. My kids over a decade ago brought home a carnival fish. They went to the county fair, they played little ring toss, and they got this goldfish. Well, they also had a newborn and like a puppy at the time. So they ended up moving away. They gave my daughter the fish, who still lived with us. Okay, so we got carnival goldfish. We're upgrading tanks. He just keeps getting bigger and bigger. He's loving life. Everything we put in with him, he kills. He did have a frog friend for a couple years, but that didn't go well. And then that daughter left, and I'm like, you taking the fish? Nope, gonna give it to my other daughter. Fish stays. At one point, my husband left on vacation. Maria was not here either. This fish should not get fed for like 10 days. Like, it still alive. So that fish lived for 8 years. It was from a county fair, and it lived for 8 years. No, I do not. I don't have that kind of commitment in my soul. Nope. It's not happening.
So we had at my last house, I had a pond that had, when we bought the house, I was like, fill in the pond. I don't need to take care of anything else, keep anything else alive. But anyway, I kind of fell in love with these fish. But there were koi fish. There were 2 big kois in there when we bought the house. And the owner, and then there were a bunch of like goldfish. The owners took the koi out of the pond and left all the goldfish for us, which was fine. I don't care, but it was funny. I wonder how my fish are doing, actually. I don't know. I hope he's taking care of them.
So did you leave them in there in the wintertime?
Yeah. So we would like winterize it and put the ice melter blocks. They could get oxygen and they would like hibernate in the winter.
Fancy.
Yeah, they did. No, it wasn't fancy at all, but
that is fancy. Up here, we just let it ice over and only the strong survive.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah.
Most people will take them out and bring them inside during the winter and then bring them back out, but you always miss a couple, and sometimes they're still there in the spring. I didn't know there was oxygenating ice melter thingies.
It's just like a plastic block you plug in, you just put like in the pond, it just floats and it just keeps the ice melted like right around it. So a little bit of oxygen gets in. Yeah.
Fancy.
Yeah. Oh, now I miss my fish. I haven't really thought about them in like.
All right. Well, do you have any carnivals or fairs coming up? You could go.
No, I don't need to keep anything else alive, but.
See, that's the problem. If I get a fish tank, I will start thinking like that. Like, oh, having a frog was actually pretty cool. We should get another frog. That frog was a pain in the butt. I don't want another frog. I don't want to feed it its little blood worms and do all that. No.
No, thanks. I have enough wildlife right in my backyard. I don't need anything else in the house. Yes.
It's true. So
Vanessa said laser tag. You could wear your necklace playing laser tag.
Oh, there you
go. Another opportunity.
Closest laser tag's like 3 or 4 hours away, so that'll happen a lot. Yeah. we have a rockin' bowl where we have rockin' skate. Well, they turn the lights down and you can go ice skating with the black lights, or you can go bowling.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. That's what we got here. That's about it. We don't even have a movie theater. So.
Wow.
Yeah. When Molly's here last time, or when Molly's not here, last time we talked about snacks. Now we've talked about pets. Fish. Oh, Molly.
So we had somebody in our community that was getting into selling pet items and asking about that. That was kind of cool. See, so it's related.
Oh, okay. Relevant. Totally relevant.
Yeah, very relevant.
I did not see that. I love pet items. What do they have? Do they have size 3 to 4X giant clothing? I love clothing for my dog.
I don't know
if you're watching now. Anybody that has size 3X, she does fit some 2X, but size 3X clothing, jackets, cute things for a giant girl dog. I love to buy her things.
And my dog does not. He used to love like my dogs, my 2 Chihuahuas were never without like matching sweaters or sweatshirts. Like I always dressed them up. Like they matched. It was just great. And so my niece, oh God, so funny. She would come and stay over sometimes. And so he would always she would always see him in a sweater, right? They would always be in sweaters. And then at some point, little man decided he didn't like wearing clothes. So she saw him for the first time and he was like running around because he just got out of his sweater. And she goes, oh my gosh, little man's naked. He's naked. He's running around the house naked. I was like, it's okay. But now you can't put anything on that dog. He'll chew your arm off.
We say that to Diamond when she has her collars off, that she's naked. My brother always makes her naked when he sees her collars are off half the time. And she used to always have like a beeper collar on. I mean, it was a shock collar, but we didn't shock her. But she was when we got her, she was trained on a beeper collar. So she always had that on. And after my brother could be here for 5 minutes and I'd spend 3 hours looking for that dang collar after he left because he made her naked. She loves clothes, though. This is her in her Michigan jersey.
Oh, my gosh. That's so cute.
Watching the football with us. Yeah. See the IKEA bags in the corner over there, top left. Yep. That's how that works. House is overrun with them.
People love their pets. I have a bunch of dog collars that have been selling kind of steadily in stock now.
Wonder if it's in this picture. Oh yeah, this is a pink pumpkin dog collar with rose gold stuff on it. Yeah,
Oh,
that
nice.
should have sold to somebody else because it did come in on consignment. However, it fit my giant dog, so I bought it.
Yeah, I don't know how you could pass that up.
You get
Molly sold
automatic.
some dog vitamins this week. She's all over the place, all I can
Where
say.
did she get dog
I
vitamins
don't
over there?
know.
She's over there
Probably
selling glucosamine or something. Like, what is?
car parts, dog vitamins. I mean, she does it all.
She's off the rails. She is
Yeah.
having fun right now, though. She is on a little retreat with a new friend of hers that she met at eBay Open. Love that.
Yeah.
And Lisa's super great. And she called Libby and I the other day and said they just closed down a thrift store. They spent 3 hours in it at least.
Oh, I missed the first part of that conversation where I guess the confessional part.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
before we three-way called you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was funny because they were both, I mean, when you have like that new reseller friend and you're not quite sure the level of reseller they are, like how,
right.
And Molly's pretty hardcore. So apparently Lisa is too. They went into this thrift store and it was I think it was to benefit a shelter, an animal shelter. And they went into this store and they had plans to go to like a Goodwill and another store afterwards. It was just, pop in. Well, they got really into thrifting and they're filling up their cart and then they would go to checkout and oh wait, but what about this? And they would go and they'd sit down and they'd go through all their stuff and they'd run comps and decide what to put back and then they'd go look through the store again. 3 hours they were there. 3 hours. Lisa said she'd never thrifted before with somebody like that. She's like, even my friends that absolutely love thrifting is, it's super cool for them. It's not
a sport.
It's not like a 3-hour thing. Like you have to be very conscious of like, okay, we've been here for 45 minutes and they're starting to tap their toes or they're clearly getting bored or yeah, not with those. They closed down the store. They had to leave. Who knows how long they would have been there.
I can't wait for that video to come out. Yeah, Molly owes us a couple sourcing videos for sure. Yeah, that is awesome. And that's good because I can't fill that need for Molly because that is not me. I'm the one that's like, after 10 minutes, I'm like tapping my toe, like, all right,
Right.
Yeah.
I did not realize that you're the one that bought that shirt. Thank you.
Oh, that was sweet. Yeah,
that was
absolutely.
a super cute shirt, and I wish it had been in my size. So I'm glad it went to somebody that loves it.
Yeah.
Yeah. If my dog can't go, I'm not going. I can relate to that. I bring my dog everywhere, but she's giant. She's the size of like 3 humans. So yeah.
So cute.
All right.
Well, we're going to grab some lunch and then get on over to our Come List With Us on our Patreon group. And yeah, I'm going to hopefully finish up this estate.
Yes.
Maybe.
If you don't know what Come List With Us is, it is I'm trying to find the link to it. It is a co-working session on Zoom where people from our Patreon group, we pop in, we share stories, we talk to each other. It's not recorded, nothing like that. We're just working together. Sometimes we're totally silent and everybody's muted and we got music and podcasts going. Sometimes people listen to my murder podcast while I'm working. I went to shut it off the other day. I didn't realize I wasn't muted. And Jill was like, no, I was listening to that. Okay, so tell me when you get sick of it. Here you go. Like, so and sometimes we're just in there chatting about everything, every single item we pick up. It depends on the day and the mood. So yeah, I just posted the link if anybody wants to pop in and check that out on our Patreon. And now we have the room that you can do that 24 hours a day. There's like 10 of us in there, so it's not there's not necessarily anybody in there 24 hours a day, but you could be. You could be.
Absolutely.
Yes. We are in there kind of late sometimes, so there's that.
We need to mention this week's episode. So yesterday we dropped episode 201, which is our extremely popular Inside Reseller Wellness series. You guys have loved all the Inside Reseller Wellness, where we talk about, different things and the whole reseller. So this one, it is Molly and Samantha talking about autoimmune disease.
Y'all know I love things.
I got to interview them, so I was thrilled with that. Yeah. So go check it out. I think you'll get something out of it. Anybody, whether somebody is struggling with an autoimmune disease, or you are yourself,
Yeah. Or anything, any chronic illness.
Chronic illness, really. Yeah.
I got a bunch of them. We can relate. Yeah.
And it's not all serious. We do throw a bit of humor in there. I got to make a short out of I was listening to it, and where Molly says, "Go with your gut." I gotta clip that out.
Too soon.
I gotta find that and clip that part of it, because that was funny.
Sorry, Samantha. Did you see Candace sent us a message or commented somewhere? She's so sweet.
She put that in the community. Oh my gosh. Yes. I got teared up when I read it. Like, I seriously teared up.
We love you too, Candace.
Yeah.
Oh,
it was amazing. Yeah.
I love our community. You guys are great.
Yeah. So blessed. We are.
Psoriatic arthritis, and it is not fun. No, that's not even fun to say. It sounds terrible.
Yeah. Go listen to the episode. You are not alone in these struggles, for sure.
I've been having a little sciatica flare up. Apparently that's what happens at 35. I can't imagine if my joints felt like this. That would be terrible, because just my lower back, sometimes a heating pad is my friend lately. I also didn't think I'd be saying that at 35.
Yeah, that's kind of young to be saying all that.
I'm sleeping with a heating pad like almost every night now. It's great.
Oh, it might be temporary.
I hope so. If I keep standing, it's fine.
Oh, all right. Okay. Well, you know what you got to do.
I can just never sit down ever again.
You know what you got to do.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
We got to mojo it out. We're going to dance.
That's why we got Mojo Days.
Right. All right. I'm going to the Patreon so I can dance. I'll see you guys later.
Bye. Cheers.
Oh, yes. Cheers.